Hello everybody and welcome to June in Silverrun Forest. So obviously since the last episode we have moved on a month, which was the correct thing to do, I imagine, just to make sure that we had plenty of metal here to sell, which of course, like always, we're going to first call in at the railway, see not the railway, at the roller coaster, see how much they want, which will be very minimal. And then we're going to Silverrun Forest and we'll have to have a look at all our other products, get those all sold first. Because what I'd like to do is that grass field near us, I would like, if possible, to look at 1, buying the grass, 2, getting a sheep enclosure, and if the money is there for us, possibly then get ourselves, either this episode or next, the spinnery. And then we can start looking at getting the boat done, and it'd be quite nice to actually start doing a tiny bit of farming work. Ideally I would rather not be going into sheep again, because I know it's been quite a major thing on Oakbridge Farms, but unfortunately if we want to get a boat complete, this is one of the things we have to do. So for the first stop we will pull into here and sell £5,837 worth of metal, and now we can go straight over to the marketplace. This metal was loaded a lot neater than what it was, but because I had it all at the front I couldn't steer at all, so that's why we then had to move some to the back. So if we now pull through this trigger, whoa, 150 odd thousand just from there by the looks of it. So we still remember it's field 42 that we're wanting, so 34,000. We will buy that piece of land, and now we've bought that, we will quickly now go round up all our other products. We can then look at getting them sold, which where is? So we have floor tiles, Silverrun Market. The boatyard doesn't pay us, but planks, I think we can still sell quite a bit of this to we can sell quite a bit of it over to the roller coaster. So I think 34, that's 517. Sorry, I'm just comparing the value of them now to what they could be. And we almost have another 1,000 litres of metal, but we can leave them for now. So, by the looks of that, we want to gather everything up and go to roller coaster first, then the Silverrun Market. Too. That pallet of long planks, that certainly went flying, didn't it? And it just takes some work keeping up with these productions, especially because I'd like to get the paper factory at some point, and we are also going to need the old sawmill, because we're going to need prefab walls, which I thought you could do it in this one, or whether that was just FS22 that you could do. So we'll jump in, put straps on, close it up, put our little stacker back on, and let's just have a quick nosy at the productions. So the barrel factory, planks long. It has, well, does it have plenty of them? I don't know. And flooring, it's got both. I think it may be. Oh, I think did we work it out where it was actually doing the planks long is a much better ratio to the short planks. But if we send all the long planks to the barrel factory, then at least we know that they can only take that, and then we'll do all the short planks to the flooring factory, and then we'll do the beams to Silverrun Forest. No, not to Silverrun Forest, sorry. We'll do the beams to the roller coaster. Right, so delivery number 1. Put them into there. Now let's get to the flooring factory. Which can we go? Is this a bit of a quicker way to get there? I don't know. I don't think I've ever been up this road in 22 or 25. Second delivery. Okay. I'm at the wrong place. That's the pet store. We want to be up here. This is where we now need to be. So take 2 on the second delivery. Let's get these into there, which they're now all gone, and then the beams can go to the roller coaster, and then whatever we have left, we're going to jackknife, and then whatever we have left from there can go to the market, and then we're going to turn our attention to our new grass field, which I can't remember what number it was now. Can we undertake the bus here? Let's take this bit of a shortcut. So now to the roller coaster. That's taken them all. Brilliant. 35,000. So let's get building. So if we go to sheep, we don't want loads, so I am thinking we can either go, I don't want to do water, we've got the fenceless pastures in, so we will use 45, so we'll go for this one, and we're going to put this over here. So can we, where are the triggers? Where does the wool spawn? I can't find where the wool spawns. So the sheep are in there. That's your feed trigger. Well, I think let's just put it down and see what happens. So I want to try and keep out of the good grass as much as possible. So let's look at, let's put that there, and let's make our way over there. So we just pull onto the side of the road here. Let's hop out. Let's see where everything is now. So does that gate open? No? So if we go to here, this must be the wool spawn point. We're going to get rid of that bush. And then here, does this gate open? Why is that one not opening? Okay, well I don't seem to think I can do that. But anyways, next job. Let's just have a look. So construction, we need a spinnery, which I think they're 180. Yeah, 180,000 for a spinnery. So that's our tip. We drop it off there. Where does it spawn? So it spawns there. So this wants to be like that, maybe 180. We're burning through the money now, so we'll put that there. So now that's ready, and then we need, I think, is there any bale sheds to get? I think there is the one that you get on Riverbed Springs. This one, 29,000. So can we? That land is owned by me. So it'd be quite nice if we could get it in there. We may just have to take take a bush or two out, and then we can slide that into that back bit. So it's saying we don't own the land back here, so we can't put that big one on. We've gone a bit too far back with this, which is no bother. What we will do though is if we try line this up as best we can, I think this is the next best option. So if we go to place this one here, that now gives us a bale shed to work with. We've got that, so we can take our wool straight from there, put it into the spinnery, and obviously load up here. So the next job to do is there anything? No, there's nothing that we want. We need our tractor. I don't think, what, if we go into here, not that one, this one, so vehicles, we do need to change our tractor. So 140 horsepower. So mower wise, let's have a look at, where are they? They will be here. We should have quite a few mowers on here with all the mods that we've got running. So we've got the Batwing, that's 125. That's probably our best option, to be fair. So that's 7 metres. What's that, 4 metres? I think the Batwing is the best, just as long as it cuts it and doesn't... I just hope it doesn't mulch it. What does that fan do? Right, we won't have that on, but what we'll do, we'll lease that, because we need to make sure that we have enough money to be able to bale all this up at the same time. So let's turn this on. We can drop that down. We'll go get the Batwing, and we will get cutting some grass. I'm unsure whether to make it into hay, because then if we are, I don't think we'll ever be strapped for cash. But one, it's more realistic, and two, if we need to, we can always sell some. Now we've got the mower. We'll just have to hope that it doesn't mulch the grass and it leaves us a nice covering on the floor. We've just got to hope we don't go over our field boundary. I don't quite know where it is. There isn't a definitive sort of mark, because if we look on the map here, we go up to here. Obviously there's no trees in this bit, so we are just going to have to keep looking at the map to make sure that we're not cutting over the boundary. So let's turn that on. We'll drop this down. Please leave us some grass. Brilliant it is. That is a lovely mower. I know there was a John, and look how fast we're going. There was a John Deere one in 22. That was just amazing for the width and the price and what you got, and you could convert it to a mulcher at the same time. So let's just look on the map quickly. Oh, I've got loads. So it must do, I think it must go to nigh on the bottom of the wood. But we'll just have another quick check, because that 37's getting very close. Let's just stop there. Right, I think to err on the side of caution, we will turn around here and we will work on this sort of an angle, try to give us plenty of space between us and the wood. And yeah, we'll get this cut, we'll row it up, and we'll most likely get a forage wagon. That would probably be the best idea, because we've got no way to move bales, and if we did, it would cost us an absolute arm and a leg. Well, we're almost there. It's a bit of a bumpy ride, it looks like, in that Volvo, if you see it bouncing around on the grass. And I'm sure when we get these sheep, which we'll do this episode definitely, they're going to enjoy some nice wet grass. So we all know that this grass wouldn't last very long in its current condition, but luckily this is the game. Right, it'll be one or two more passes and then we'll have to look at which is the best forage wagon for us to go for. I just hope I haven't pulled some of this grass out of the field there. Now the final pass. So I know these sheep won't need all this grass, and I know we won't be collecting it all up, but my thinking was, at least if we cut it all in one go, if we can't afford a mower when the sheep run out, at least it's already on the ground ready for us just to pick up. So that's why we will go and buy a forage wagon. So if we look on forage wagons, well, we've got 70. Doesn't leave us with many options. So this looks probably like the best one to go for. Do we go for a silage additive tank? I don't think so. So we'll buy that. We will then go and, once the game has finished saving, onto here, vehicles, leasing costs. We will return this and we'll go grab the forage wagon and we'll bring it back here. So we'll start on the headland first, because this is the messiest part of the field, and if this grass is going to be staying here, I'd rather see the neat centre of it all rather than this outside. So once we've got this gathered up, I think one of these will fill our sheep enclosure, so they'll then have plenty of food. We will fill it up again, so that can be our storage, so we can just keep topping up. And then we'll have a look at putting a track through that wood, which I haven't looked from this side. It's just a shame that not the previous episode, but the one before, had to become a time lapse where I was explaining my sort of thinking behind it. So it will make a very nice cut-through road. We also want to try smarten up this bottom yard now, so we can look at putting some concrete down, or asphalt as the game calls it, just to make sure that our yard is as nice as possible. It's 95% full, 100% full. So we'll take this down, unload, then like I say, we'll come back, we'll get this swath here, so we're tidying up that bottom side, and we'll look for some scrag ends like you'll see on the left here. I didn't quite just pick all that up, but right, let's get to here. I'm hoping we can get this trigger, because it seems like it's inside the enclosure, which just makes me worry that did we need to do bales. Okay, we're not getting it there. We're going to have to figure this one out. So, slight problem. The trigger is inside. So you have to get bales and put bales over the top by the looks of it. Oh, so what do we do? We have this full. Okay, that's rather annoying. Let's have a look at. I know we've got these John Deeres for square balers, which they would be the best option to buy. We also have the smaller round bales. They only do 125. What do these ones do? 125, 125. 125. Okay, they're the best ones to move up, but you look at 65,000, and we're just gonna have to do this, aren't we? So let's go for. We're gonna have to get some baler twine put in there, and we're gonna have to buy this. We are going to have to waste all the grass in here, unless I dump it on the floor and see if we can bale over the top of it. So let's, what is it, Control I. We'll dump this here, just like so. And then the only other option of something that we could do... Well, there's a lot of grass. It's like a TARDIS, that thing. And then the only other thing that we could do if we do that is small tractors. What can? So we're 140 horsepower. What are all these? Not 140. Well, that's 70. 71. 101. So we're getting slightly closer. 300 horsepower. We've got 45,000. So what's this one? So the international is 50,000. If we go and sell, and can we get a front loader on there? No. Okay, so we can't go that one. This is what we own, but it's worth next to nothing. 116. That's 125. Oh, this is not good. If we go medium tractors, what's here? So these would be better. The Fiat would be even better. 68, 63. The Fiat can go to 180. That can go to 175. If we were to go Fiat, and it's got a front loader, so 74 for 180 horsepower. Or we got the John Deere for 175. What's this one? 190, and you can get a front loader on it. If we were to get it, so 140 at 70,000. So we are going to have to sell both of these. I think the Volvo's only going to be 1,000. We're going to have to look at possibly financing the Valtra, which I'd rather get that because that's more of a forestry tractor. We're then going to have to get a front loader. Oh, this has become very difficult all of a sudden. Luckily, the Pottinger hasn't gone down in value too much, so we'll sell that. Do we sell the Valtra? The Volvo? It's only worth that. It's 140. I think that's possibly worth keeping. And if we go into our loan tab, let's just see what we need actually. So medium tractors, we're going to go with this. If that's what we're doing, we might as well go full horsepower. Go for maximum 190. Get the front loader attacher on it. Main colour. What's black look like? You'd have to black out your rims as well. So design colour, is that going to be the wheels? Bright white wheels. I don't think we're going like that then. Let's go for blue. I think that's a bit better. So we'll go for blue. We need two. Ooh, what's this? Oh, front weight or 3-point attacher. 3-point attacher will be much better for us. So we need 90,000 and we're on 60. So I think if we just let's take a loan. Let's go 50,000. Let's do it for 1 year. Take the loan. So it gives us 110. Let's now go to the Valtra. We will... That biggest engine... A lizard front loader. We don't want that. We'll go for the Quickie. We're going to just change that to blue. I don't know what changed to black when we... Oh, it's already a dark colour anyways. So we'll go for that. So let's buy 91,000. That should leave us with enough for a front loader, which Q4, Q6, I think the Q6 will be okay, or at least I hope it is. Combinations, we then want bale spike, so let's buy that. And let's just hope that all this works together. They are lovely little tractors. obviously 190 horsepower for 91,000. I think that's quite a good little deal. So that gives us, I think that's about perfect, because the longer the front loader is out the front, the more when you pick a bale up the weight will bring you down. So let's put the forks on, well, the bale spikes. Let's now grab the baler. Oh dear, it's all happened, hasn't it? Is that not? Let's get ourselves attached onto there, and then we want, because we're just doing grass, 240, biggest bale size possible, and we'll try go bale up what we've just thrown on the ground, because that will now be in the way, but I didn't want to waste it. I'm hoping this is where the extra wide pickup mod that we have, I'm hoping this will prove fairly beneficial to us. We'll turn that on, drop it down, and if we just go over the side like that, look how quickly those bales are filling up there. That's epic. So I think we may already have 2 bales. So let's just spin round. We will bale the whole field now we've got this set up. It makes sense just to tidy it all up. And let's go over this bit. Like so. So there's one bale. And yeah, we'll get cracked on, we'll get this baled, and then we will make sure, well, this should work, but we'll make sure to then fill the sheep up. And I forgot we didn't take enough money out to make sure we could even buy some sheep. Final bale. This has been longer than what I thought it was going to do. Obviously it wasn't the original plan to bale and so on, but it's just one of those jobs that we've just had to do. So why isn't this bale coming off? Come on, there we go. We'll just straighten it up. These collisions in the shed, well, it keeps zooming me in and out, which I'm going forward again, which I imagine is to do with the collisions. But yeah, it's we don't want to go any smaller with the shed, put it that way. So now we will just reverse this into here, because this job is now done. And I think to finish off, we just need to get ourselves some sheep. We are running with the realistic livestock mod on, so we are going to have to. We won't get any wool during the winter, but we will get some, or hopefully a lot, during the summer, which we are just in now. So we need to look through these quite carefully and try and find the better ones to go. So there's loads of rams, which is annoying, but we'll go for that. We'll go for that yow. It isn't it? It's not a lamb, is it? Let's have a look. We'll go for this one. we'll go for this one. We won't touch that. Overall good. Well, why not? Let's go for that one. We'll just avoid the rams at the minute. Why is that one so expensive, but it's not very good? Very bad, very bad, very low. No, we're not going for that one. We'll leave there, very bad. We'll leave, and we don't want any goats. So we're just going to have to go with those ones for now. Let's look through now. The rams. Oh, that's very good. So we'll tick that one. And if there's any others that are worth looking at, very high, very high, very high. What was the ram that we ticked here? Okay, that ram's better, because I think we only need the one. I would have said, unless we need one for each individual. You know what? We'll just... No, not that one. Where is it? Where have we gone past? Oh, we are going to have to get around for these. It's a good, average. Right, that one. So we'll tick that one. Do we have... So we don't have any Swiss Black Brown, so we won't get a ram for them. We don't have any of them. So I think we're just going to have to now buy selected. So that's 6 animals that we have there. And now let's have a look at them in the pen. Okay, 2 were lambs, that's no good. Oh dear. But anyways, we're starting our sheep production, which is good, and we've got some very, very healthy ones, which is the main thing. Food is full, water is all automatic, so that's fine. And as soon as we start getting some wool, we literally take it from here to there. So getting the spinnery was probably a bit premature, but I would rather have it now than when we do need it. Be waiting for some money to get it. Which money at the minute doesn't seem to be too big a problem, but I'd rather err on the side of caution. So for the last job, we will go and have a look at Sand Wet Tarmac Light. Is that what this is? That's tarmac light. So we're just going to tarmac our yard. So we go across from here. We may just make that telegraph pole look slightly better than what it is. So that just wants to run off like so. That can go to our sheep. Let's go along the front here. I just don't want to take the colouring out of the pen in any way, shape or form. Let's take that. We then want a run from here, coming through like this, and then we can go straight up like that, straight across. We'll take that little bit out, and then yeah, so we now have a second yard. And whilst we're here, we might as well have a look, because I have the track here. I've cut my way through here, so I'm gonna eventually cut my way. I imagine it will come straight through here. So if I just put a marking point there, or do I just, should I paint through so that we know where we're going? But I don't want it to be, where is sand, wet gravel, sand, gravel. We go like this. That stone will have to come out. And then if we go through like so, and then that will take us to here, which then again, if we come through like so, that's going to go into there. And then we want to go up here. Oh, there's a few stumps here that we'll have to get rid of. And let's just narrow this down, because once we get to here, we want to be able to turn right. I don't know whether we should turn this to dirt as well, just like the track we've got here already. Then that, like that, onto there. So at least now we know where roughly we want to go. I'll probably take that bush out, or we'll just cut this whole corner off there. That makes a bit more sense. And if we take these trees out here, this gives us an idea of where we're going. So that can be next episode's job. We can put a bridge in here, we can sort out all this, and then this will take us nicely. If we just increase the brush size slightly, this should then take us really nicely to swing right round to here and into our yard, just like so. And now we have 2 yards to operate out of, and we have a shortcut to go through, because if you see that yard's there, so now we can go through here and round instead of having to go all the way around here to then come back. Oh, let's have a look at these. Look at our trees. Some of them have grown. They're very straight. So that means also in the next episode we can clear fell all of this here and then look at getting all this planted up. So we have plenty to do. And also we need to check our productions, which we can have a quick look at now, just before we end the episode. So flooring factory, that's fine. The iron furnace is fine. Barrel factory, fine. Our sawmill, that needs some wood, which we've got loads ready for that. And the wood turner is absolutely fine. So it's quite nice now that we can just be selling stuff and making money and slowly expanding our empire. And when we do move on to next month, there should be more sheep available for us to choose from, so we can keep building our enclosure to make sure we get as much wool as possible. But on that note, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.